what I've learned with their students. How many of you know who Carl White is? Right? He was nice enough to have me speak at the Mortgage Marketing Animals Conference in Utah last year. It was an awesome experience. I shared a lot of really cool stuff about how I won the ClickFunnels Award, which is given to marketers who generate over $1 million in revenue with just one funnel. Okay, now everybody was able to see the success, but what they didn't see is the trials and tribulations we went through as a company. It hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. In fact, this past year, very much like you guys, has been a tough year. In fact, it was one of the hardest years ever for our business. Now, the housing market takes no prisoners, right? Think about how hard the past 12 months has been for you as a loan officer, and then multiply that by about 150 clients. That's what we were dealing with. Okay, when the housing market took a turn for the worse, loan officers abruptly stopped buying our services. Okay, it doesn't matter how good the service was, they couldn't afford it, right? So here I faced this huge problem in my business. Okay, we had no revenue coming in and a ton of overhead expenses. Right, you guys ever lose $368,000 in a month? I'll tell you what, it's not fun. Your blood pressure goes up. But God works in mysterious ways, right? And it made me get to work. It made me reinvent myself. It made me reinvent my company, which is exactly why I'm here today. Okay, because in order to solve my business problems, I had to solve your business problems. Very tall task. Obviously, I can't control the housing market, right? But what I did do was figure out a way for any loan officer, regardless of experience, to be able to generate leads at the same wholesale cost as every lead generation company on the planet. Okay, it was extremely difficult, but you would be surprised about what you can accomplish when you literally have no other choice, right? And strangely enough, all of my pain and my suffering is the exact reason why I've been able to help loan officers like Alan Parker do, whose pipeline volume grew to $75 million in just 2 weeks of working with us. Pretty insane, right? Okay, when you have a pipeline like that, real estate agents, they come flocking, right? That's exactly what happened to Alan Parker do. Or Lewis Poles, right? Who got up and running in less than 12 hours and got 4 closings in his first month of working with us, right? We started getting these amazing results. So naturally, I had to test the market, right? I had to see if there was a need for this new discovery I came upon that was literally sitting under my nose, right? Do you guys want to know what happened next? Instead of doing 50K a month in 90 days, like I did with my agency, we did 50K in 2 weeks. This was such a no-brainer that I had loan officers begging me to share the same exact stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you today. But guys, listen, nothing pains me more than giving someone a solution to their problems, only to run into them months later, still clinging hopelessly to their problems. Okay, I need an implementation mindset today. If I show you guys how to make more money this year and I prove it to you, meaning there is math behind it and the math behind it is undeniable, all I ask is that you take it and apply it. Okay, how many of you know someone who has left the mortgage industry this year? I'm willing to bet a lot of you do, right? Now, the people who left the mortgage industry this year were presented with a housing market problem and did nothing about it. They didn't look for solutions, right? They relied on their company to solve the problem, or they expected the problem to just kind of resolve itself. Your company, although Nexa is a great company, they're not responsible for your family. That's you. You are. So do not sit on your hands at the end of this presentation. I'm going to give you all of the insight, all of the tips, all of the tools for you to go out there and become one of the top loan officers in the country, even in this market. In fact, especially in this market. Okay, what I show you on this webinar today can not only get you immediate results, but it can change your career for the better. Okay, that is what I'll be doing for you today. Here is what I need from you. Focus. Okay, if you can focus for the next 20 minutes, I promise you, I will change your career for the better. And you will be able to implement what I teach right away. Okay, so I need you to put the snack down, stop zoning out and daydreaming about some illustrious career that hasn't happened yet. It's within reach. If you invest 20 minutes of focus, you will gain back a skill set that pays you in perpetuity for the rest of your career. Okay, you will never have to use a lead generation company again. So when you guys see something that excites you, I want you to make a commitment that if it makes sense, and only if it makes sense, you will put it into action. Do we have a deal? If so, locate the chat box, type in yes. If you can't locate it, just say yes out loud. I don't care if anyone hears you or not, but let's get down to business. Now, does anyone know the 3 most important factors when determining a good lead? Okay, don't be shy. Put it in the chat. Right? Is it income? Is it loan amount? Is it credit score? What is it? Well, that's exactly what it is, right? And Alex Chang, you're also correct. Intent is huge. But other than intent, income, loan amount, and credit score, right? When you say you want a good lead, what you mean is you're looking for someone who makes a lot of money, who wants to buy, hopefully, an expensive home, and has the credit score permitting him or her to do so. Is that fair to say? Yes, right? Well, there's just one problem with that. We have a law in place called the Fair Housing Act. Okay, the Fair Housing Act protects people from discrimination when they're renting or buying a home. So what does that mean for you? That means if you're marketing on Facebook or Google or any other platform, you cannot target people based off their income, loan amount, or credit score. Okay, it's not an option that these platforms provide. Trust me. I've been doing it for 4 years. Okay, you think Google or Facebook want to be fined billions of dollars for your asses? Right? They already got fined $5 billion for the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Hell no. Right? They're not going to go through that again. They are more strict than ever. And listen, I love when I tell people this. It's like they're hearing Santa Claus doesn't exist for the first time. Right? You really thought this fat old guy comes down your chimney every year? Like, you really think Facebook and Google just blatantly ignore housing laws and want to get fined billions of dollars? Of course not, right? Yet what loan officers do is they jump around from lead company to lead company, searching for better quality leads that don't exist. Right? That's like playing the lottery knowing there's no winners. Income, loan amount, and credit score have to be at random. Facebook can't control who clicks on their ad when. Right? So if you thought you were getting better quality leads from a different company, the truth is it was just luck of the draw. Which brings me to my next question. See how many people know the answer to this. What should be your objective when you are buying leads? Well, up until a few seconds ago, a lot of you would have answered the objective is to find the best quality lead. But now we know that objective is fool's gold, right? So what is the objective? If the name of the game is not about finding better quality leads, then what is it about? Any guesses? It's about the same thing that every business has been about since the beginning of time. Business 101. How do we acquire new customers for the lowest cost possible? That's right, Vernon. I love that answer. Joe, you're right too. How do we acquire new business for the lowest cost possible? That is the name of the game in any business. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. Doesn't matter what sector you're in. It's that simple. That is the objective, right? Moving forward, if you know that every lead generation company gets the same quality when it comes to income, loan amount, and credit score, well, then you know that the objective is simply how do I save costs and get the most value for my dollar? Right? So you have two options in this scenario, guys. Okay, you can look for a super cheap lead generation company. If they're cheap, they probably don't have a lot of experience, right? It's probably just one dude starting up a new business. Or you can cut out the middleman and get your leads at wholesale cost in very short order. Like Dan Paladin, who started in his first 4 days, he generated 24 leads. Now this guy's running ads and making more money than he has ever made with any lead generation company he's ever partnered with. Okay, now the answer to how this exactly happened lies within the next question. This is my favorite one. When you work with a lead generation company, how much of your money goes directly to generating you leads? Right? Obviously, lead generation companies, they have overhead expenses that they have to pay for, right? So how much of your marketing dollars go directly to generating you leads, right? Directly into Facebook or Google or Instagram, right? Because that's what lead generation companies do. You give them money, they use some of the money on Facebook and Instagram to get you leads, right? So how much of it? What percent? Is it A? Is it B? Right? Let's see what everyone thinks. All right, we've got a lot of smart people in this room. The answer is 20%. Okay, when you buy leads from a lead generation company, only 20% of your money goes into actually generating you leads. Okay, that means that not a little bit, not half, but 80% of your money, the majority of your money, doesn't even go to generating you leads. 40% goes to the lead generation company salaries. Then you have office space, you have the software, you have the tools. You're even paying for them to acquire new clients. And I know this because I used to own a lead generation company, right? Then the money that they have left over, that is what they put into paid ads. That is what they put into generating leads. Okay, so to quantify this for you guys, that means if you spend $2,000 with a lead generation company, you can go on Facebook and get the same exact amount of leads for $400. You're paying an extra $1,600 to get the same amount of leads. Some of you don't even pay for extra guac at Chipotle, but you think it's a good idea to pay more than double for your leads, right? Is it because you're lazy? No, right? It's because you have no other option, right? There's no alternative for you. You are no John McIntosh, who generates his own leads and turns a $700 ad spend into $9,000 in his first month. That's the power of cutting out the middleman, right? That is the power of getting leads at wholesale cost, which, as you guys remember, is the name of the game, right? John isn't tied to a lead generation company, so John doesn't have to worry about plenty of things. He doesn't have to worry about the first two things we talked about, but the other thing he doesn't have to worry about is a monthly retainer. Another glaringly obvious issue with lead generation in the mortgage industry, but still, most loan officers don't even realize it. Right? Let's say a lead gen company is charging you $2,000 a month. That's a pretty modest price for a lead gen company. But if a lead gen company is charging you $2,000 a month, then by month 3, you've already spent $6,000. Well, guys, sometimes it takes 90 days to close a loan. Right? So by the time you close your first loan, you're already in the whole $6,000. Right? You're barely breaking even. And then you have to keep paying that monthly retainer, right? You have to keep investing just to try and make a little profit. Nobody talks about this, right? This is a fundamental flaw with lead generation companies in the mortgage industry. When you enter into a binding contract with a lead generation company, you are signing up for a race against your monthly retainer that you cannot win and you cannot get out of. Hey, now how do we get around this? Right? Because there's only 3 ways to get leads. Of the 3 ways to get leads, which is the best way? Go ahead and put in the chat which way you think is the best way to go about getting leads. What do you guys think? Is it friends and family? Is it realtors? Or is it best you just buy them? What's everyone think? Ladies and gentlemen, it is still best to just buy them. Okay, friends and family, listen, I'm sure you're a really popular guy or girl. You don't have enough friends and family to scale your business. Right? You're not that popular. Right? If you were, you probably wouldn't be on this webinar. It's a nice thought. It's a cute thought. It's just not scalable. Right? You got to have so many friends, and all of those friends, people on average, I think they buy homes between 2 and 4 times in their whole life. Right? You got to have a lot of friends to build that sustainable business. Now, realtors, great way to supplement your deal flow. Not a good idea to be reliant on someone else for your business, especially when these realtors have zero loyalty to you, right? They're getting bombarded with calls from loan officers, right? I got a friend, he told me the other day, he's a loan officer. He goes, man, I went to bring this real estate agent a box of donuts, and when I got there, there was already 2 boxes of donuts there. Right? The realtor's like the pretty girl, and the loan officers are the guys chasing her. Right? The second they find a better deal, they're going to go with that other loan officer. Right? So again, it's not scalable. So still, even knowing what we know now about lead generation, it is still best to buy leads. Right? The people who have gotten rich off friends and family and realtors and all that jazz, they're old. Most of them. They've been in the business a long time. Long time. Okay? It is a fact that buying leads is the fastest, most effective way to get immediate results. And it is the only scalable option that you have, because you can buy as many leads as you want. Right? If I'm trying to make $1 million this year, going through friends and family, that's going to take me 10. Going through realtors, if I'm lucky, it might take me another 10, maybe 5 if I'm really good. Buying leads, it could happen in 1 year. Right? Can we all agree on that? But here's the problem when it comes to buying leads. Just to recap. Okay, the first thing we learned is that the Fair Housing Act really screws us out of any targeting when it comes to income, loan amount, and credit score. Right? Pretty much any factor besides intent that makes it a good quality lead. Right? So good lead quality is a myth when it comes to income, loan amount, and credit score. Okay, the second thing we learned is that when you buy your leads, 80% of your money doesn't even go to generating new leads. Right? It goes to that company's overhead expenses. That means for every $100 you spend, that lead generation company spends $20 on your behalf. Yikes. The third reason, because lead generation companies know that the math doesn't make sense and the chances of you getting a return are not good, they tie you up in a contract that does not align fundamentally with how real estate works. Right? You are signing up for a race against your monthly retainer, and closings don't happen overnight. Right? Now, doesn't this put you between a rock and a hard place? Right? You guys know that lead generation companies are screwing you, yet it sucks because they're your only option. Right? It's like they've monopolized the market because people like you don't know how to generate your own leads. Right? Which brings me to my next question. If you knew how to run your own ads and generate leads yourself, would you do it? I really want to know this, and I'm just going to sit back until we get enough answers. I could sit here all day. Type Y for yes and N for no. Okay, knowing all the things you know now, if you had the ability to generate your own leads, would you? Okay. Yeah. We'll see We'll see how honest you're being with yourselves later on. We're going to find out. Now, let me ask you this next question. This is the last one. True or false? Okay, in order to bring your lead generation in-house, you need some type of marketing skill. What do you guys think? T for true, F for false. What do we got? A lot of engagement here. A lot of engagement here. A lot. This is my favorite webinar. I appreciate the engagement here, guys. This is awesome. Clearly, we have some very motivated individuals, and I love that.
I'm not really sure what I'm doing in this room. I was trying to get to tech support.
Oh, well, you can sit in on the webinar. You're going to have to put yourself on mute, though.
I just didn't want you to judge Joe Cottrell for not responding and engaging in this conversation.
Yeah, well, thanks, Joe.
There you go.
All right. Anyways, thank you. That's funny. Cool guy. Now, guys, the answer to this question, to some of you, your surprise, is false. You do not need to know how to market in order to run ads. In fact, you do not even need to log into Facebook to run an ad. And I will prove it. I want to play this for you guys. Okay, this is a 10-year-old. And let me know if you guys can hear this or not.
All right, to show us how easy this really is, this is my 10-year-old little girl, Mia. She has never used this software. This is her first time, her first day. I walked her through it real quick. You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, Mia, go ahead. Okay, well, you already know what you're doing. Well, hold on. You're going too fast. All right, keep going. That's fine. I told her which ad to run. Go ahead and put in $10 is fine.
Okay, that's my favorite number anyway.
All right. Put in the thank you page that I gave you. I did give her a thank you page.
And not too
Yep. You did it. Okay. And just like that.
Did it. I love it.
She did it. It literally took her less than 30 seconds. Good job, man.
So, guys, that 10-year-old girl launched ads in less than 5 clicks. 5 clicks.
Okay. Remember what I said.
Now, the crazy story about this.
Demonstrate.
Sorry, just played the next video. The crazy story about this is that that's exactly how I started. Okay, about 4 years ago, before I started my lead gen marketing agency. Hold on a second, because I want to make sure that I'm showing you guys the right thing. Right? Everybody can see my screen? So about 4 years ago, when I started my lead gen marketing agency, I didn't know shit about marketing. Nothing. And I was at a crossroads in my life because I just helped raise all this money for this company. And my partner had promised me 25% equity. And he ended up kind of screwing me out of a bunch of money. So I had about $2,000 left in my bank account. And at the time, I had a friend who was working for Grant Cardone. His name was Jeremy Haynes. And he was doing his marketing. And I called him up and I said, Jeremy, what should I do with my life? And he said, you should get into marketing. And I'll never forget, I got frustrated. I got pissed. I go, dude, I don't know shit about marketing. What a weird, that's like saying, oh, you should go, become a surgeon. Like I obviously have no experience. And he had said, you don't need to know anything because technology is evolving. This is how easy it was for me to run ads for people. I would go to ad management. I would click launch new campaign. I would select my mortgage folder. And in this folder is a library of proven ads. So what we've done is the same thing for you. We're paying it forward. Okay? Essentially, what we've done is we've scoured the internet for the best performing mortgage ads online. all under just about $10 a lead, even less. We got some people getting $3 leads, $5 leads. Okay. Here's a fun fact. All the lead gen companies that we were talking about, we all know each other and we all run the same ads. The same ads. There's probably about 20 ads that every lead generation company in the mortgage industry runs. They run just different variations of it. But some of them don't even do that anymore. For example, let me show you guys some. How many of you know who Good Vibe Squad is, right? I actually like Good Vibe Squad. I think they're a pretty reputable company. There's a lot of bad companies out there. Good Vibe Squad, good company. Let me show you how much thought goes into their ads. You guys think that there's some magic, oh man, it's a science and they got to do all. No. Look at all the ads they're running. By the way, you guys can see anybody's ads that are running on Facebook. Look at all these ads. You guys notice anything different about these ads? Of course not. They're exactly the same. These are exactly the same ads. They're repeating. They're copy and pasting and putting the same ads and using it for everybody. Oh, this guy's in Florida. Let's just switch the state, right? So what we've done is simply give you the ability to do the same thing. Again, we scour the internet for the best performing mortgage ads online. So if I want to run an ad, all I'm going to do is select from one of these proven templates. In this case, I'm going to select a general campaign. I'm going to select my state, my daily budget, and my website, and simply click Launch Campaign. And Alan, don't worry, I'll turn this ad off once it gets going, before it gets started. I think I got a couple minutes. It's that easy. I was able to do this and service over 600 loan officers. Now, what do you need to run your own lead gen? You need a good ad and a good follow-up system, which is important because you got to be able to communicate with these leads, right? So let me fix this real quick and go back to this presentation so I can impress upon you how important this is. Because today, after this webinar, you got two choices. Okay, you can do it alone or we can do it together. Right? If you do it alone, it'll probably take you at least 3 months to learn Facebook ads and Instagram ads. It'll probably cost you thousands of dollars to figure out. And even once you figure it out, you're going to have to test out new ads and see which ones even work. Right? That's all going to cost you money. Or you can do it the easier, cheaper, faster way, and we could do it together. Right? And I have a way for us to do it together. Okay? It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you Mortgage Lead Hackers. Okay? The only practical way to buy leads. Can save thousands of dollars a year using the same exact ads and generating the same exact leads as every lead generation company on the planet. Zero experience required. And the difference is you get about 80% more value for your dollar, which is the difference. Because when these lead gen companies have failed you, it's not because the company is bad. It's not because the ads are bad. It's simply that the cost of doing business with a third-party service is crippling. That's why you can't find loan officers who have stuck with a lead gen company for more than 6 months. So what you get is a library of proven, ready to go Facebook ads guaranteed to get you the best cost per lead possible. Right? You can leverage different programs such as veterans programs, first-time home buyers, healthcare, first responder programs, and much more. Never use a lead generation company again to generate you leads and save thousands of dollars in marked up costs. Okay, our CRM software will allow you to store and manage all of your leads generated. You can get current, up-to-date statistics on how much volume you have in your pipeline based off your average home loan value. Okay, you can manage all of your leads in one place in an easy to use dashboard. You can upload existing leads, export and import as many leads as you want, which is important because we can put them into drip campaigns and reactivate them. Because our software has automated follow-up built into it. And the follow-up is more important than the actual ad. Right? Communicate with your leads through two-way text messages and email campaigns. Pre-built follow-up campaigns will text within minutes of them filling out a form, ensuring speed to lead at the highest level. Okay, these follow-up campaigns will assist you in contacting each lead, taking all that pesky workload off your plate while increasing your output at the same time. Okay, now how much is this worth to you? Well, for Michael Berger, it was worth around $40,000. Okay, and that's just so far. He signed up back in November. He's got the rest of his career to go. Now, you guys don't understand. Okay, getting your leads at wholesale cost means an 80% increase in your returns. You stack that up every single month, it adds up further than your wildest dreams. So I'm sure you guys can see why we can charge $40,000 for this easily. Okay, I'm sure you can see why American Financial Network, once upon a time, was paying us $30,000 a month for this system. Okay, we're not going to charge you that. Okay, we can definitely get away with charging companies $20,000 for this, right? Maybe we'll discount it to $10,000 to get a ton of more deals. But for you guys, well, for a very limited time, you can get this for just $250 a month. Okay, you can get this for the same price as taking your family out to dinner. Now, I know what you're thinking. Alex, I tried Facebook ads back in 2004, and it didn't work for me back then. Therefore, it won't work now. Right. Right. That's why billions of dollars are spent on Facebook ads a year, because it doesn't work. Right? Or one of my favorite ones. Well, if everyone's using the same ads, won't that saturate the market? No. Okay, that would be like trying to drain the ocean with a teaspoon. Good luck. Right? There are 7 million homes sold a year. Right? You need to take a piece of that pie for yourself. And the fact of the matter is, everyone will eventually be doing this one day when it becomes the standard and becomes a requirement. You'll be forced to do it, or you'll be out of a job. Do you want to do it then, or do you want to do it now and get ahead of everybody? Right? Because if you do it right now, the early adapters take the least amount of risk. Least amount of risk. Because for a limited time, there are no contracts, no commitments, and you can cancel anytime. Okay, I'm so confident in this product that I don't think we need a contract, because I can do basic math. Right? Why buy marked up leads from a lead generation company when you get the same ads they're already using, get the same leads, and get 80% more bang for your buck because we cut out the middleman? We literally eliminate every single problem that comes with buying leads from a third-party service. Every single one. Okay, I'm not worried about you leaving, because once you're getting leads at wholesale cost, that means you're getting it for the cheapest amount possible. You cannot get more affordable than wholesale cost. Okay, so you have no reason to buy leads anywhere else ever again. Okay, and best of all, while this limited time offer is available, when you sign up with Mortgage Lead Hackers, you will get this bonus completely free. I've got a special offer for you, but if anyone can get it at any time, it's not that special. Okay, for the first 15 people that sign up at loanofficersupport.com, you will get our proven appointment booking funnel. You can find us in the marketplace. Okay, what's a funnel exactly? It's a website designed to turn visitors into leads, leads into appointments, and appointments into customers. Okay, give yourself the ability to create higher intent leads by putting your leads through a pre-built survey that extracts critical information such as credit score, income, loan amount, and many other attributes that makes your job much easier. Right? You can effortlessly book appointments yourself with high intent customers on autopilot, becoming completely self-sufficient. Okay, we will include this in your software embedded for you to use. Guys, is this a bad time to tell you that I won the ClickFunnels Award for doing $1 million with one funnel? Guess who designed these funnels? Now, Fam Mirza, entrepreneur, investor, philanthropist. Do you guys remember back in the day, the Nelly and the Saint Lunatics? They used to wear those half home, half away jerseys. They were two colors. Nelly wore them at halftime at the Super Bowl. Fam invented those when he was 14 years old. Since then, he's built several successful companies. He was one of the early investors in Spotify. And Fam says, I own several companies that have generated tens of millions of dollars. When I am building out my funnel and ad strategy, I call Alex Machuca. Right? Can you believe that you get this for free when you go to loanofficersupport.com in the marketplace? Now, a simple Google will tell you that funnels will make you 62% more likely to win a high quality sale. You can get this for free, but you're going to have to act quickly by going to loanofficersupport.com and signing up in the marketplace. Okay, so go ahead and open a new tab in your browser and make sure that you get this funnel. Make sure of it, because trust me, it'll go a long way. Imagine having the ability to get $9 appointments like Mike Stoy. Right now, some of you are thinking, yeah, Alex, this is great. I'll do this when I have enough time. You just spent 30 minutes on a webinar with me. The setup takes 20. Setting up one ad can last you up to 7 months. It's a set it and forget it system. Okay, set it up once, watch the leads come in. Right? Do you think $9 appointments would help your business? Right? Well, what if we were guiding you? Bonus number 2, you will get ongoing coaching twice a week from myself and my partner, Brandon. 2 guys who have serviced over 600 loan officers for lead generation. Right? Wouldn't you think a huge benefit to anyone who is doing their own lead generation and mortgage would benefit talking to 2 guys who have actually done it? Right? We could charge $250 per month for this alone, and it would be the steal of the century. Meeting with us 8 times a month, that's $31 a session. Right? Would you pay $31 a session to have the CEO and the COO of a multi-million-dollar lead generation company help you with your ads? You would be stupid not to. Right? Especially when you get so much more on top of it. Right? Mike Cordes, Renato, they're hooking you up. Right? We don't just coach you on ads. We coach you on the best outreach strategies, calling strategies, targeting strategies, and much more. Right? You ask any one of our clients and they will tell you the absolute favorite part of this program, besides all the money that they make, is our coaching calls. Right? You get this completely free when you enroll at loanofficersupport.com. So to recap, just in the bonuses, you will get our appointment booking funnel that will generate you booked appointments on autopilot. And you will get live coaching calls where Brandon and I will hold your hand and walk you through any issues you could possibly have. These coaching calls all but ensure your success. But if both of those bonuses are not enough, I have a third one for you that you can find at loanofficersupport.com. For the next 10 people that sign up, you will also get our Lead Connector app. Okay? That will allow you to run your business on the go. You'll be able to work from anywhere and be able to communicate with your leads right through your phone. Okay, imagine being able to take a vacation without skipping a beat and having that impede on your business. It's priceless. And I'll do you one better. We'll also throw in the appointment booking funnel on top of that. So open up another tab on your computer and make sure that you're one of these people. And go to loanofficersupport.com in the marketplace to sign up. So you guys are making out like bandits because Mike Cordes and Renato really hooked you guys up. You get the appointment booking funnel that will by itself increase your conversions, live coaching calls from two guys who have ran a multi-million-dollar mortgage lead generation company, and the freedom to work from anywhere in the world using our Lead Connector app, right? But that's not all you're going to get, because our third bonus is a 7-day free trial. Okay, you can try this risk-free. There is literally no reason on earth for you not to do this now. Okay, you mean I can see all of the ads that you have, Alex, and it'll cost me $0? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Okay, if you wanted to, you could sign up for this, steal all our ads, and cancel. But I know you won't, because doing this with me is 10,000 times easier than doing this without me. These 4 bonuses alone are 10 times more than the price. But let's not forget why you are on this webinar. You saw the title, Learn to Generate Your Own Leads and Never Use Zillow Again. You just spent 30 minutes on this webinar hoping that after you will be able to generate your own leads. Well, here is everything you need to do that. Let's take a look at what all of this would cost you if you wanted these tools. Okay, we have CRM and pipeline management, $99 a month. A website funnel, $300 a month. Facebook ads library, $500 a month. Email marketing, $300 a month. Two-way text messaging, $300 a month. Mobile application, $500 a month. And coaching calls, I'm not getting up off my ass unless you're paying me $5,000. Right? When you're sitting here today, honestly, you got 3 options. You can spend no money and do nothing. You can spend your money somewhere else, or you can spend your money on this. Now, here's what I know about doing nothing. When the market took a turn for the worse, 33% of loan officers in the country lost their jobs last year. They all did nothing. Right? Aristotle had the greatest quote. It says, do nothing, say nothing, be nothing. That's not really an option for Nexans, right? Spending money on something else. Listen, if the last 20 minutes hasn't convinced you that third-party lead generation services do not work, then I can't help you, right? We showed you the math. And the thing about math is the language of reason, logic, and fact. Okay, if you want to defy basic mathematics, well, then I can't help you, right? Now, are there other options like us in the market? Not that I know of. There might be, but you're not on their webinar right now. You're on my webinar, right? You're spending time with me, and you've been engaged with me all this way for this amount of time. And I don't know about the experience they can give you or what they can give you in exchange for your money in terms of value, but I do know what we can give you. It's right on your screen. So the reality here is, if you leave, you don't invest, you've put all of this time in and you have nothing to show for it, and then you try and go somewhere else and find some magical solution, is that likely going to serve you? And the answer is no. So you and I have to get serious with each other right now. You've already invested. Doesn't it make sense to continue with a good investment? Right? You've learned new things today, haven't you? So now it's time to put the money in place to really, truly start making the difference. And you can do that at loanofficersupport.com. Now, I have, for the most part, done everything for you. Okay, look at the resources I've provided to you. Whether I created them or you created them, it doesn't matter, right? It just so happens you don't have to. I already did. I already created them, right? The real question is, how much would it cost you in time and money if you were to create them yourselves? And the answer is too much. Or we can just give them to you today. You exchange a little bit of this and you get all of this. And now you have all the resources in place. So no matter where you are, I promise you, it's not where you're going to stay. And we can start this journey right now at loanofficersupport.com. Okay, money is a resource that replenishes every single month. Whatever you spend on this, you're going to get back. That's how jobs work. So can we all agree that it is infinitely more important to sign up for this than going out on a weekend and spending money on a fancy dinner? I think so too, right? Money is a tool. And if you don't use it, well, then it's just numbers on a screen, right? It's not about the money. It's about what it can do for you. Do you want to have peaceful sleep? Do you want to have less anxiety in your life? Do you want to actually enjoy coming into work every single morning because you have new leads coming in that want to speak to you every day? Or do you just want to keep $250 in your bank account? Right? This is a solution that was built for the logical loan officer. Okay, if the price turns you off, it was designed to. And there's still value in the webinar that you can use to get to a point where you could afford this in the future. But for those of you who are ready to go right now, let's quit screwing around and foreplaying each other and let's go all the way together. Right? We can do that at loanofficersupport.com. Now, guys, usually I stick around because I like to answer as many questions as possible, right? So usually what we do is we jump into a Q&A. So if anybody has any questions at all, you can either raise your hand, you can put your question in the chat. And in a lot of cases, what I'll do is I'll actually take you off mute and you can ask me whatever question that you want. But we got to do this organized and in order. So I'm going to go ahead and check this out. For William, I see that question. What if I have already paid and signed up for MLO Box? These are two separate things. You can have both. Okay, MLO Box is more for branding, social media, not for lead generation. Okay, and I know Renato personally, and these two things are two different products, two completely different products. It looks like it takes 2 days to set up. That's not true. It takes 20 minutes to set up. You can instantly get access to this. Unless there's a bug in the Zap because we go through loanofficersupport.com. But literally the setup takes 20 minutes. Let me show you guys. Right here in your lower, I got to take this out. In the lower part of the screen, there is a button that says Get Started. Okay. When we click it, it has an onboarding checklist that will literally guide you through everything. So if I want to get started, I click Get Started here, and it's going to play a video for me and walk me through it. And then I check that off. I go to the next part, and I go to the next part. If I want to set up my domain, I click Set Up Domains. It literally, you see how the yellow cursor tells me exactly where to click. This is easy. This is how a 10-year-old does it, right? And Armando, if you can't sign up at loanofficersupport.com, you might have a firewall set up. And yeah, Jeffrey, Jerry, that's just to kind of under promise and over deliver. You're going to receive an email by the end of the night, guaranteed. But guys, let's say, you want to set up your domain. It's super easy. It's just going to tell you exactly what to do. It's going to walk you through it. The setup takes 20 to 25 minutes. That's it. 20 to 25 minutes. How do you get into the marketplace and get signed up? You go to loanofficersupport.com and then you simply click on Marketplace and you will see Mortgage Lead Hackers there. And it's got the futuristic looking guy who's my partner, Brandon, on the cover, right? Let's see what else we got. If you already use GHL, this is a better deal for you. GHL, I think, costs anywhere from $250 to $500 a month, depending on what you're doing. You're not able, GHL is great. The problem is you have to run Facebook ads the old school legacy way. Nobody wants to do that. You just want to choose your ad and get it going, right? So all these ads are going to be included in your library, all of them, right? So once you're in there, it's not a problem. Are you showing them, Sam, how to get into the marketplace? Somebody's sharing their screen. I don't know who it is. Yes, you do get the funnel. It's not ClickFunnels, it's Alex Funnels. It's the funnel that I pre-built for you. Okay. So the problem with that, Alex Chang, the problem with that is if you pay for the snapshot, you won't get the ads. You won't get the library. So unfortunately, it's not an option. And what I'm willing, if you're going to use our snapshot anyway, you might as well get everything that's included with it: the funnel, the Facebook, the entire Facebook ad library, and everything else that comes with it. See what else we got here. Just trying to get to these questions as best I can, guys. So that's a good question, Ann Continella. So we get this question a lot, right? The question is, will the website / funnel work with my website? I believe that's what it was. So here's the thing about websites, guys. Websites, and a lot of mortgage websites, are designed to give people information. That's it. A funnel is designed to convert that lead, to capture the lead information. When you have a website and you have all these resources and buttons, right? What happens? I get distracted. What's this over here? What's this over here? What's it? I do everything except fill out the damn form. Okay, so you can keep your website for branding, but the one that we're going to send these ads to, that's going to be the funnel, because that's what's going to get you the conversions, right? The training provided in is twice a week. So I'll take Ann off mute real quick, and you could ask, and then we're going to get to Bill, and then we're going to get to Nelson and
Okay.
Joe.
Yeah,
Hi,
hi. Thanks. I had a couple questions about the ads, if there were more than what you'd already shown, and like particularly for niche markets.
what
I'm
are you talking about?
cannabis income.
Cannabis income. You can't mention cannabis. Facebook won't allow you to. It's kind of difficult to run anything cannabis related online.
Okay.
The platform just won't let you. There's too many regulations right now.
Yep. 420.
All right, 420. You can kind of get around it with the copy, obviously, but not the pictures. So we could look into it. What we found is that heroes campaigns, first responders campaigns, healthier campaigns, teacher campaigns. You guys work with lead generation companies before. Those are the type of campaigns that they use. There's a reason. It's because so far those are the best ones, right?
I've never used one, so I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah, we get pretty creative. The cool thing is we're open to suggestions. So for example, and I'm answering another question at the same time. The training provided is you get coaching calls twice a week for an hour. And the cool part is we're a community, right? So there's other loan officers. You got guys like Alan Parker Duke who have been doing this, and everybody shares strategies. We fail that much faster, right? If you got 100 loan officers all working towards the same goal, people figure really, really cool things out. Like for example, Alan Parker Duke figured out a way to boost his ad in the first 24 hours. People get really, really creative, and we're able to put our heads together and really see success. So the training that's provided is again, it's twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 Pacific Standard Time, and they go a long way. It's fail proof. If you're having trouble at all, you just got to pop into one of those coaching calls. We'll let you share your screen. In a lot of cases, we'll take over remote on your screen and fix it. We'll fix whatever hiccups you have. So, you're able to get that support, not only from us, but other loan officers in the community.
Thank you. I
You're
signed
welcome.
up already, by the way, but thanks.
Awesome. Welcome. I'll see you on the coaching call tomorrow then. What I recommend is try and get started today. And then if you're incomplete, we'll just finish you up tomorrow.
Sounds great. Thanks.
Awesome meeting you, Ann. All right, now we got Joe Spellman. How's it going, Joe?
Hey, Zach, how are you?
Good.
So I do a lot of lead gen and have successes and failures along that way, as you well know.
Yep.
So I did one that I actually signed up with Renato, that I've gotten decent.
Is that the $3,000 one?
No. No. It was like 3 Gs and then the ad spend up
So it was
front.
the
And,
$3,000 one.
oh, I thought you said 30. I was like, no.
Oh
way.
no, $3,000. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that one.
So
Look,
I put a lot of, so my background is I still do consulting for, I was top 5 in the nation for Forward for sales. So I'm working with CRMs all, a very long time. I go in and tune CRMs up. And I teach phone skills and phone appointment setting. So
okay.
been able to, the one thing I did like about Renata's group was that I was actually able to put in a lot of input and get a lot of changes made based on my experience, right?
Yeah.
So my question to you is, I have, I signed up with a Department of Defense contractor to be on all the base guides, right? All the military base guides. So they have I've pretty good click through, but I needed to go someplace to automate that. Can I use this with that too, just to on
This works.
their landing page, to get sent to your funnel and then put
Yeah.
into your
So
your go higher level?
yeah, so you would have to set up a Zap, right? We charge extra to set up those Zaps. We could have Brandon do it for you, but obviously that's manual labor. So he would charge you to do that. But it's possible 100%. We recommend using our landing pages just because we know what works with our system. If you'd like to use your own landing page and zap them in, that's not just so you get the follow-up systems. A lot of people see the value for a lot of different reasons. Some people,
Well, I don't have the control over that, so they have to be sent someplace else from their pages.
yeah, that's
It's
easy.
it's on the base guide. It's actually on the
Right.
military base guide. So you have to be a
Right,
duty contractor to be on those.
right. Yeah, to answer your question, yes, it's possible.
Okay, and secondly, I do another lead gen where it's it's a lot more it's a lot more volume. But what I ended up doing with them is automating them. And I automate them through Renata's MLO box. He set me up a campaign to automate some of them, but in that campaign, I'm having him click over to that other CRM eventually and do the chat bot that
Right.
he did. I would need to replace that by sending them to your funnel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah, I mean, it depends.
Those all work off Go Higher. That works off Go Higher level platform to a Go Higher level platform, so you can API over.
Easy, yeah.
So that's all possible to.
Yep. Yeah.
I need to make you the center point of where everything's going, and I
Yes,
have other
correct.
things going on that have worked for me. I mean, the HUDX ads have probably produced 2-3 loans a month, been paying for itself.
Listen, I'm interested in seeing those ads, and we can put them into the library for you as long as they work. The great thing about this community is we take
It's
a ton
not ads, so I just get leads.
Interesting. Okay, but yeah, we can zap that in it.
Zapped over, and they can go to your ads.
Right.
That's not not an issue. And then the other one is the military ads, which is a lot of 3D stuff that Renato created for me, military based. Because they're the military bases, but that needs to go to some kind of a CRM too from the base landing pages.
Yeah, you can pretty much take leads from anywhere and zap them in a Go High level.
Okay, so we can make that, we can synergize all that to one place.
Should be able to. Obviously, it'll cost you to put that together. Wouldn't be too expensive. But I have to talk to Brandon and see, what that looks like. So what we would do is we'd set up a call with you and Brandon, and he would map it out for you and then give you a price on that.
And I think Renato would be helpful if he's at all.
If Renato's willing to do it, that's great. Yeah, if Renato's willing to do it, that's no problem. We talk to Renato all the time, so we'll work with him, no problem.
Well, I mean, he knows what's kind of going on with the marketing I have been doing, so he might be valuable.
Right, that's perfect. Right, and that makes our life easier too.
Okay. What would I do to set that meeting up?
So what you do is obviously you sign up at loanofficersupport.com and then email info@leadhackers.io. Okay, info@leadhackers.io. and we'll see if we can set that up with we'll set up a call with Renato and Bryn. And the problem, Renato right now, I think he's in Europe, right? So probably have to be sometime next week. But
Right.
we can set that.
Give me that site again. Sorry.
Yeah, info@leadhackers.io. That's the email.
Okay.
All right. Awesome.
Thanks.
Well, looking forward to having you join. Thanks, Joe.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. William.
Yes, what my question is that when I went to MLO box and I saw down on the selection down there, it said lead hackers. If I check on lead hackers, do I get all of the other information? I don't see all the other programs that you say that goes with it.
Yeah, everything goes with it. Everything. It's all included. So once you click subscribe, it's all there. We just don't list it out.
Okay, now if I'm not able to finish all that today, how can I get assistance to help me set this stuff up?
So we have live coaching calls every Tuesday and Thursday at noon. So what I recommend to everybody to do is get started today, right? Do the onboarding checklist, try and get through as much of it as you can. And then come to the coaching call tomorrow at 11 Pacific Standard Time. And whatever you haven't completed, we'll help you complete.
Okay, good enough. Okay.
All right.
So now I have MLO box. I know that's separate from that.
Yeah.
And you say that this is going to be another website in addition to what I have with MLO box?
Right. So the difference is, listen, there's websites and there's funnels, right? So what a website is designed to do is designed for branding, right? But it's also designed to get your customers all the information that they need, right? I'm willing to bet your website has a bunch of buttons, right? Contact us, resources, right? Maybe a calculator for loans, stuff like that, right? But what
It's a good website. It's a good website.
Right. Right. But it's a good website because a website is built to give you information. However, a funnel is designed to capture a lead. The problem with using a website to capture a lead is you think about the user experience, right? You want the barrier to entry to be as low as possible, right? As little distractions on their screen as possible, because you want them to fill out that form so you can get the information and contact them, right? But if there's all these buttons, what happens is, as human beings, we have short attention spans. So I'll go on a website and then I'll start clicking this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and then I get bored and then I leave. And we haven't captured that lead, right? That's what a funnel does. So when you're running your ads, we run them to the funnel, not your website.
Okay. I got you.
All right.
Good enough.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, William. All right, Nelson, got you next, pal.
Hello.
How's it going, Nelson?
My question is real simple. Like, what's your average return on investment? Like, I'm assuming 250 is your piece, right? But it's still when you do the Facebook stuff,
Right. You still have that separate cost. Correct.
you still have the separate cost. So,
Right.
assuming like a $500 or $1,000 or whatever, what do you see
So-
as your average return on investment now?
Great question. So generally, right, we recommend spending $35 a day. Okay, that's between $900 to $1,000 a month. That's our
$1,000
recommendation.
bucks a month.
We've had
$1,000 bucks a month. Okay.
Right. We've had people get away with spending 500, but look, I've been doing this a long time, right? And that magic number, kind of where the tipping points are, when you spend 1,000, your chances increase substantially. So for every 100 leads that you get, you should be closing 2 to 3 loans, right? For every 100 leads that you get. So that means for every $1,000 that you spend, let's say if you make $3,000 on a deal, you should be getting $6,000 to $9,000 back for every $1,000 that you spend.
No, I understand that part. No, like out of the $1,000 with your ad, how many leads do you wind up seeing?
Anywhere from 100 to 120.
Okay, so there's 2 deals per 1,000.
Anywhere from look.
I'm using rules of thumb.
Right. Yeah, but you should be closing about 2 to 3 loans for every 100 leads that you get. That's a general rule of thumb. And if you want 100 leads, you're going to have to spend $900 to $1,000. Probably get away with less. You probably get away with. I got like that guy that I showed you, John McIntosh. He spent $700, got 120 leads, and he's closed 4. So It varies, right? What state you're in, right? What's the market look like in that state? What ad you're running, all those variables. But generally, that's a general rule of thumb. For every 100 leads that you get, for every $1,000 that you spend, you should be closing 2 to 3 loans.
Okay. Now the other thing is, I guess I was I couldn't see it. What are the ads that are already published? Like what kind of leads are we looking for? Conventional, FHA? I saw the policeman, fireman.
They're all home purchase leads. Here's why. Okay. When you're running ads, like I got a lot of people that ask me, hey, can you run a reverse mortgage ad? The answer is no. The reason is because only 43,000 reverse mortgages happen a year. So that means the audience size is too small to get you a low cost per lead, right? But millions of home purchases happen a year. Once the market shifts and we're able to refinance, right now, if I want to run a refinance ad, it's going to cost a lot per lead because the market's not good, right? But once it shifts, then that becomes lower, right? We only want to put low cost ads into that library. So right now they're all home purchase.
Okay. All right. So 1,200 for 2 leads. Okay. That's all. I break it down to simple numbers.
Right.
All right,
That's what it is. That's what it is. For every $1,000 you spend, you should, I don't know what your commission is on a loan, but you should be closing 2 to 3 loans, right? And again, we've had people close 4, but to be safe, I like to say even 1 to 3, right? Because even if you're closing 1 loan off $1,000 spend, theoretically, you should be getting a return on your investment.
True, but there's also time, to call those 100 people to go through the, marketing, like it's not, you still got to scrub it. So there's that.
Well, let's have a conversation about this. What do you mean time? Like,
scrub.
yeah, that's what, yeah. Well, guess what? Right. What time do you check into work? 8? What time do you leave? 6, 5? You got it. If you're at work, you might as well work, right? Like if you're at work anyway, you might as well be working. Right. And we say this, like, listen, there's no shortcuts. You still got to make the calls. Right. And we help you with that. We talk about the best times to call and things like that, but there's no done for you leads out there. And generally, to be frank, if that's, kind of the mentality going into it, then you need a different service. You need something that has appointment setters for you that are calling for you and things like that. The problem is those are just too expensive, right? To get a return on your investment. That's the problem. So it's a trade-off. I tell people this all the time. Loan officers, they'll say, hey, I want the best quality leads. I want someone with a 700 credit score, and I want this loan amount, blah, blah, blah. I say, all right, well, that'll be $5,000 a month. Oh, no. I don't want to spend that much money on it. Well, okay, I'll show you how to do it yourself. Oh, no, I don't want to do it myself. Listen, you can't be cheap and lazy. Pick one, right? You got to pick one.
Hey, Nelson, what market are you in?
New Jersey.
Oh, really?
Where?
Are you?
Oh, no. I do extremely well. I mean, I'm not even like, in that $3,000 market, I think I was number 1, but still, it's like, I didn't think it was that great either. But anyway, we're still farming the same thing, like, I want to know what is it that's different from yours forget the value, forget the cost. Okay. Forget your, what makes yours different than the one that they did Renato? Yeah. Okay. You're saving a little couple bucks. I got that.
Well,
But,
it's not a couple
you're saving
bucks.
a lot of money. Yeah, you're saving a lot. Okay.
When the people judge lead gen on the wrong thing, when in reality, what it is, and the reason people ask me, they go, hey, why don't you charge $500 a month for this? Or why don't you charge $1,000 a month for it? The reason I don't is because the money that you spend directly correlates to the result that you get in your ROI. If you're you could have a great service. If you're spending $5,000 a month, it just doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense.
No, and take this, and I'm going to say this in the nicest possible way. Like I did the thing, right, with $1,000, whatever it was, and I put numbers that unrealistic, like 600 leads or something like that. But I still went through them, right, and it still had very low return on investment. It wasn't like 600 didn't even produce two deals.
Yeah.
So what makes yours more valuable?
Well, that's like right. Well, a couple of things. Number one is most lead generation companies, they don't stick around that long. I've been in the mortgage industry for 4 years. Now, the main thing about the ads is every single ad is going to get you, again, a low cost per lead. And I know you say it's not about money, but it is about money, because at the end of the day, what you're looking for is a return on your investment. And half of that, 50% of that equation is the money that you spend up front, right?
Yeah, but true. But also depending on your ranking, your how Facebook sees you, they're gonna send you more leads because you have a better ranking. Yeah,
There's no
like
ranking. It's a bidding
well,
system.
as an SEO, like if they see that people are sharing your stuff and like using the stuff,
Well,
like
those are two different things.
If Shakira was to do your thing, she would get $1,000, would get 5,000 people signing up because they like their ranking is higher.
What you're
Regardless,
talking about
Facebook doesn't tell you that, but they do.
What you're talking about is organic social
Right.
media, right? This is paid ads. Those are two
No,
completely different.
this is no, and I get it. It's paid. This gives you higher ranking on the same thing, but I'm just saying
There's
that
no rankings. The rankings don't exist. There's no rankings. There's no rankings.
Okay.
What there is
Is he talking more like Google ads, like SEO?
perhaps
yeah,
those are
it's more like SEO. Yeah.
Yeah, Google. You talking about Google ads? Then yeah.
No. But when I did it on Facebook, like when I did Renato's previous one, right? If you added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they couldn't catch my numbers. But they spent the same money that I spent. So yes, Facebook showed me more than they did. So it's not because I targeted any better. It's just I believe that like you text my name, I'm you don't have to spell my name and put a next a mortgage and blah blah blah. Like I do rank higher than
Right.
it's easier to find, put it that way.
And that's awesome, and that's part of the equation, right? Of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
If
equation.
you're ranking higher in SEO, you're going to get more business generally, but that doesn't affect what you're doing on Facebook, right? Those two things are separate. Of course, you're absolutely right. If you have better SEO and you're ranked higher, you're going to get more business. That's absolutely right across the board. But it doesn't have anything to do with Facebook and your, whether how much it's going to.
Renato's thing was Facebook.
Has nothing to do with it.
But it was Facebook. It was Facebook.
I'm not sure I understand what you're.
No, like the previous thing that Renato put out there was Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It was a different, it's the same thing, but the guy did it more, it was kind of, it was slick, it was cool. But it was Facebook because you're still farming in the same pool. That's all I'm asking. So, well, you know what? I'll give it a shot. You're gonna hate me because I'm telling you that Facebook doesn't tell you, but the SEO does make a difference. You're not believing it because you never read it, but I'm telling you that it makes a huge difference.
I've been doing Facebook ads for 5 years now. I won the ClickFunnels Award.
I
$1 million.
guarantee you in a month, I will, whatever your best guy is, double it.
Well, I hope so.
But no, that doesn't mean that the quality leads. It just means you got more to do.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think you'll learn a lot.
We'll try it. We'll try it.
Hey, Nelson, I was part of the beta testing with Renato in the beginning, and what Alex has created here is much more user friendly and depends on what you want to do volume wise. I started out $35 a day. I was averaging between 6 and 14 leads a day. I scaled down to $5. Then I started changing. Do I want different cities? Do I want zip codes? And then I went from whole. So it all depends on what you want to do. Plus the automation that helps tremendously. It's a different ball game, and I've had much more success with this. It's been extensively cheaper.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome because you know what? Don't get me wrong. That's why I signed up in the first one, and like I said, the numbers were. I don't know if you were on that call. Like my numbers were stupid, but they were still not. Yeah, just because you raise your hand, like a lot of people were like they weren't even sure like. Like they were looking for rentals, they were looking, there was a lot like the leads, not that they were misleading or anything like that, but they were confused. The customer was confused or, like it wasn't,
that's pretty standard for internet leads,
Right.
You got to go through 100 to pull 3.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
no,
internet leads. They're not referrals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
That's
got you.
and Nelson, what helps me with this as well is when I call my referral partners, my real estate agents, they're sitting at open houses and I generate 5 or 6 leads. They're sitting at that open house with no one walking in. I'll take a screenshot and send that to those people at the open houses. Now they're going, holy smokes, Alan just sent me 5 leads. I had 2 people, live bodies, walk into my open house. I'm going to send these 2 live leads that are active, ready, willing, and able to purchase to Alan because he just sent me 5. So you can play this out multiple different ways.
No, I get it. I'm actually pretty good at that. I think I gave away 19 listings last year. So yeah, I'm well aware of like how to, like realtors, they pick up my call immediately. They don't even I actually yell at them if it rings twice. So yeah, I don't have that issue, but yeah, I do appreciate like giving. I'm not one of those guys that are looking for the realtor to feed me because they're like, it depends on who's the flavor of the month, so it doesn't really,
Right.
Somebody came in, they gave them some flashy thing, they forget about like who got them there or whatever. So yes, I do. I'd rather give them the leads or really actually, I prefer customer acquisition. I don't even like, I think I did about 20 deals last year, and not one of them was because the realtor gave. Well, maybe 2 gave, but I gave away 26 to get 2. So I prefer customer acquisition because the customer will not leave me, but they'll leave. Like the realtor, they have a lot of they have their manager. There are too many people involved that. Their manager is they're paid Zillow leads or whatever from some other company or this or that. So they have to show favoritism. There's marketing sales agreements and so I don't like, that's a whole different issue. But anyway, yeah, so I'll give it a shot. And you're gonna.
You got a 7-day free trial you can utilize. Go ahead and feel free to use it and see if it's user friendly, and we'll connect with you on the coaching calls. All right.
Okay. And where do I go? Just loanofficersupport.com?
Yep. Go to the marketplace.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll see you at the call tomorrow. All right.
What time?
At 11
What time?
PST.
So that's 3:00 my time? Or
11 PST. Well, yeah, if you're on the East Coast, correct. Or no, it's gonna be 2
2
o'clock.
p.m. 2.
2? Okay. 2:00. And we just logged into loan officer support. Right?
No, you'll get text messages that will send you a link.
Okay, it's awesome. All right.
Thanks,
Sounds
Nelson.
great. I love the yeah. Listen, I look forward to it. Listen, I'm trying to iron out the things ahead of time so we don't have issues later, All right, thank you.
I'm looking forward to the challenge, man. We'll see each other soon. Curtis, how are you? We got Curtis and then I got Matt Dean next.
Yeah. Hey, Zach. Hey, man. So I just let go of lead pops like 3 months ago. I had them for about 3 years. The first year I did a bunch of, I did all Facebook, had a pretty big ad span. Second, I really, the turnover on Facebook really blew. I let go of Facebook because I found out I was getting more deals from referrals than the Facebook's. Like I wasn't even really, my return on investment sucked basically. So they said, switch over to Google. So I switched over to Google, did Google for about a year. That blew. The turnover wasn't really good. My ad spend were high in both of them. Do you think it was COVID? Or do you think the lead quality or the ads? I mean, if you say everybody's using the same ad, I don't know if lead pops using the same ads. I bought Zillow. I did Zillow for a year. So I've done.
Zillow's a little bit different because there is.
Zillow sucks.
Yeah, well, they're their own entity, right? So people go to their website. They're not running ads.
Right.
General rule of thumb. For home purchase, Facebook is king. I think I can't say the same for refinances. I think Google, in my opinion, might be a little bit better. And I'm saying that when we're primarily a Facebook ads and Instagram ads company.
Oh, so y'all aren't doing Google? It's just Facebook and Instagram.
Correct. We're going to be adding, I think, TikTok down the road. We're going to look into adding Google. But right now, we're focused on home purchase business. Facebook is king for that. Listen, I'll always be honest with you. I'll never, lie, right? I think, in my opinion, from my experience, I think refinances are better for Google. That could change. Facebook's making a lot of changes. But right now, if you were to ask me today, what's better for refinances, I would say Google. What's better for home purchase business, I would say Facebook.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man. So when I was with Lead Pops that year, we switched regions. I'm in Virginia, so I'm in the Richmond area, so I did the Richmond area. I did Northern Virginia. I did the Hampton, like the Tidewater area. I switched out to Southwestern Virginia. I increased my ad spend. I mean, I did it all. Like I was trying everything, and nothing. I don't know if it's my area. Does Facebook not work in this region, like in the state, or?
Yeah, well, look, here's the cool part about this, man.
Mhm.
So, you tell me what your issues are, and Brandon and I will guide you through it. The cool thing is, we have a method here. It's crawl, walk, run. So we start out, and you'll see in the setup, we educate you, right? We educate you on what's a good lead, what's a bad lead, how much money you should spend. So, for example, we start you out with short form leads. And let's say if you don't like the lead quality, well, then we're going to say, all right, let's switch to long form, right? Because that's going to be higher intent. That's what's going to get you more information. Now, all of a sudden, these loan amounts are a little low. Okay, let's start targeting affluent neighborhoods, right? We recommend going statewide now. So it's important to start out with short form leads because there's so much room for improvement. We take these steps to improve it. We have a process. And, listen, Facebook, when Facebook was created, it was not created for marketing companies. It was created for small businesses, right? So small businesses could advertise for themselves. The problem is that a legacy interface makes it extremely hard for small businesses because it's not easy. It's not simple until now. I truly believe that this is going to revolutionize marketing in the mortgage industry because now the average Joe can market just like a world-class marketer. That makes the difference. Cutting out that middleman is so insanely profitable for you because you can do the same exact thing that they could do with just a few clicks of a button. Why pay thousands of dollars to do the same exact thing that they can do when you can do it in just a few clicks, right? The reason before that you would pay a lead company is because you didn't know how to do it. But now it's easy. You set it up.
Yeah, I mean, I figured out quite a bit, but the problem was I just wasn't seeing the return, man. The leads, and I was using chat. I was using what's the name, IO, and they were like answering every lead that came in. So the leads would come in, and if it's 1 a.m., they would text them back, and it was all automated. I had a totally automated system. What'd you say?
I said that sounds like it was your problem because if you're automating a lot of it, what a lot of people do is they'll automate it and they'll sit back and say, the automation is going to take care of it. Listen, you still got to make those calls. There's no such thing as done for you loans, right? Like you still got to bang the phone out.
Well, the ones that came through that, people were like, they were really, hey, yeah, we actually wanted, they were talking to the bot. And the bot, kind of led them there. I of course made the calls. The thing was that, man, I just didn't see the return. But I thought it was maybe, and so like I said, I mean, I increased my ad spend. I did the things, whatever Lead Pop suggested. I was like, okay, my AE would say, yeah, do this. I'm doing it. My thing is do you think it was the time, or are you seeing a difference, or is it region?
Listen, the marketer in me says, don't even try and make a synopsis. That's like a doctor trying to make a synopsis without even seeing the injury, right?
I got you.
I have no idea, what that system was or what ads you were running. So I couldn't possibly tell you what went wrong, right? Because I really don't know. But what I can tell you is that everything that we've done has been over the course of 4 years. There's been thousands of iterations. We've tested everything down to the name of your assistant. You have an assistant named Ashley who will message and text people on your behalf. It's a nice buffer. So we've even done everything as far as testing the name, and Ashley converted the highest. So there's a lot that goes into it. The great part about this is, worst case scenario, you try it, you're at $250 instead of $2,000 or $6,000, whatever.
I got
You
you.
up it, right? But I think even the coaching calls alone are going to get you the value, so that worst case scenario, let's say you hate us. If you show up to those coaching calls, you're going to be a pretty smart buyer from now on for your leads.
Okay,
right?
I got you. All right.
And that will save you money across a long enough time horizon. That's worth its weight in gold.
All right. Thanks a lot, Zach. I look forward to working with you, man.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I'll see you on the coaching call tomorrow.
All right, thanks. All right, bye.
Matt, how are you?
Hey, Zach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing
Hey, a couple
well. Hey,
questions.
Listen, just so everybody knows, my name is Alex. Zach is my brother. I'm home. I'm in Florida right now because my father, unfortunately, he had a
My
stroke.
bad, my bad. I saw your name on there. I was,
But yeah, I'm Alex.
hey, so are the Facebook ads run within our account, and are you going to help us set up like
Yes.
the ad
run-
campaign within the account?
They're run from your account.
Okay.
And you set up your business manager. We have video walkthroughs that walk you through it, make it super, super simple. Listen, I have 70-year-old, 75-year-olds doing this. It's extremely user-friendly. That's how we designed it. We designed it to be user-friendly. If you're stuck, you don't have to worry, because all you have to do is hop into the coaching call, and you'll get all the help that you need. In a lot of cases, we'll take over control of your screen and just boop, 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 do it for you. You're good to go.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. The back end of Facebook sometimes frustrating, and my experience running ads in the past.
You're not going to have to deal with the back end of Facebook. If you have a business manager and you have an ad account, you've already done the toughest part of the entire setup.
Okay. And as far as the landing page goes, are we tying that to one of our domains?
No, we give you a pre-domain because, again, we thought about this stuff, right? People started using their own domains and then they didn't know how to set it up. So we're like, you know what? Just use our domain. We'll make it way easier for you. So we've done that too. Everything that we've done is about ease of use. Everything.
Awesome. All right. Well, I signed up. I'm just going to look at these videos and hope to jump. What time's the call tomorrow?
11 o'clock
12
p.m.
Pacific?
11
Pacific. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, man.
See you tomorrow. Anybody else? Alex Chang, to answer your question, daily budget, $35 a day is what we recommend. We've had people get away with spending $500, but I don't guarantee results with $500. Listen, we're paying you thousands of dollars in retainer. I mean, we're saving you thousands of dollars in retainers fees. Don't be greedy, right? I'm not saving you that money for you to put it in your pocket. I am saving you that money so you can take that money, reinvest it directly into the lead source, and get exponentially better results, exponentially more value for your dollar. Okay. Any more questions, guys? If not, I'm going to let you go.
Hey, one more real quick. It was in the chat, but I don't think you addressed it. Some people asked if you do any sort of recruiting funnels or ads.
Yeah, actually, I'm talking to Renato. We're going to be adding recruiting ads here soon.
Nice. Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Hey,
All
there
right,
was one more question about this retargeting. Do you have retargeting campaigns too, or how do you set it up to?
That's a good question, Alex. At the moment, we do not have retargeting campaigns. We show you how to do the pixel. You get like retargeting campaigns are great on ads that you need to like save money on, especially on more expensive ones where like you're booking demos. Like, for example, in marketing, for our marketing agency, when we book demos, it costs us like $180, right? So retargeting was a big deal there. But when you're getting leads for between $3 to $10, worst case $15, the retargeting is not going to make that much of an impact because you're already getting such a low cost per lead.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions? You can raise your hand and I'd be more than happy to answer. If not, I'm going to go have dinner. Awesome, guys. And listen, if anybody has any questions, if you haven't signed up yet, you can email info@leadhackers.io. I just put it in the chat here. So it's info@leadhackers.io. If you have any questions at all, or about the webinar, and we'll get back to you fairly quickly. But for all those people that have signed up, I'll see you on the coaching call tomorrow. And really appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody hopping on the call. And thank you. We'll hopefully I will see you guys if you've signed up. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.